Okay, here we are, Monday, May 13th. We got the Giants versus the Dodgers. So the model has the Dodgers winning with a probability of about 56, 57%. So that's what we see on the right. You can see the distributions over here on the left. The reason why I think the distributions are important is because there's variation in these, and notice that there's no overlap. So according to the model, is it says that the Dodgers, and I think this is important because when you come down here and we look at the runs, it has the Dodgers winning 5-4. But then when we come up here to the upper left, is it shows that there's not a whole lot of overlap. Now, I will contrast that when I go look at ESPN's predictions, they have the Dodgers winning by just barely over 50%. I always find that interesting because they also revised that winning probability downward from yesterday by about 1%. I don't know what goes in theirs. That's the reason why I like doing these calculations by myself, and then also looking at most likely home field advantage is going to be a predictor of it as well. There's probably some recent injury or the way that ball field plays or something along those lines. That again, you just don't have the transparency. That's the reason why I like to do it this way, and then I can make my adjustments upward or downward based upon other information that doesn't factor into the model. So let's go ahead and look at the uh, team information here. So on the left side are the Dodgers. I ran this yesterday, and I don't think that the lineup has changed. The one thing I will say is I know that Evan Phillips is on the DL, but what they end up doing is putting someone in with a similar number. So it doesn't really matter the person, matters what those numbers are. That's how the model is going to work. But then when you come over here to the right side, we're going to see uh, uh, the Giants. When you look at the overall lineups, the thing that's going to stand out with the Dodgers against almost everyone is just going to be the overall, particularly quality of these, what I would say, these top five hitters. The reason why I'm including Max Muncy is it's going to be he's got a very high. He has a lot of homers, a lot of doubles, and gets a lot of walks, relatively speaking. But he does strike out a lot. The Dodgers' weakness is going to be down here in this lower end, but I would point out that Andy Baez uh, is right now he's shown to be a real strong rookie of the year, and I think when you watch him play, you see he's a legit player. When you come over here to the Giants, and again, the other thing I would also point out when it comes to revising those numbers downward is this is obviously not only a game at San Francisco, but being a division rivalry, that is something that a lot of odds makers are going to take in consideration as well. One of my favorite books I've been reading has been by Billy Walters, Gambler: The Secrets of a Life at Risk. And when you read his section, those are two factors that he definitely takes into play when it comes to most sports, more specifically football, but I think it applies here as well. But then when you come over here and you look at theirs, you got their leadoff hitter who's just ripping it up when it comes to getting on base. Uh, Not a whole lot in terms of power. They do have what I do find interesting is they've got um, in their number five hole. They got a guy, Eric Paredes. I'm sorry, Isaac Paredes, hitting 300. He's got 8 home runs, but he's batting fifth. I don't know why he's not batting in the third or fourth position, particularly when you've got two guys up here who are below 250, and then you've got Wilmer Flores batting 213 with 1 home run. I don't know. I don't know if it's to preserve that right, left, right. Who am I to judge a major league manager's decisions when it comes to those? I don't understand it. I'm sure there's a logic there, but I don't get it. So then when we come down here to the bottom, the Dodgers, they've been on this upward trend for a while. You can see it's going to start to level out there, and they did not. They dropped two against the Padres this last series, so we'll see how that goes. And then we have the Giants are below 500, and then you see that their trend is just staying right under that run scored. So they're not exactly tearing up this year, but what I point out is this is a rivalry game, and almost anything goes. So let's go ahead and look at what the predicted performance is going to be. The first thing that's going to stand out oftentimes is going to be uh, uh, the OPS, and that's for the Dodgers up there. But when you look, and so when you see here, the Dodgers are at 790 versus 730. Okay, and then when you come over here uh, uh, to the slugging percentage, that really stands out there compared to the Giants down here. The one thing I would point out though is you've got Yoshi Yamamoto. That can be good or bad. Giants haven't seen him before, but then again, uh, he's essentially rookie playing in a new ballpark. That's always going to be a factor, I think, until we probably make it through probably the All-Star break with him. But then we look up here, it's looking like the Dodgers. They go up, they get their hacks in, they're going to strike out. We see that a lot. They're also going to be getting their walks. That's what the model is showing for. Whereas lesser walks over here for the Giants. By the way, I apologize. I need to clean up some of these numbers up here. I think I overbolded up there. I like the lower style a little bit better. So next time I do this, I'll clean that up a bit. But just a couple of things was he kind of worked down here. Um, I think the walks and strikeouts definitely are interesting to look at. A wider range over here of home runs for the Giants. I think that's again this is matchup by matchup is what that's going to come down to. But the bigger picture is the Dodgers are predicted to get a lot of hits. They get a lot of hits. They put a lot of pressure on their on the opposing pitchers. That's going to show, and that's going to really drive up that that winning percentage. But like I said, rivalry game should be interesting to see if the pitchers show up or if the hitters show up. So it should be fun. And I'm posting this about 2 hours before game time. So I hope you enjoy. If you got any questions, comments, drop me a comment. Thank you.